Welcome, welcome. What's going on, you guys? This is Eric Vaughn. It's the Family Cash Machine. Family Cash Machine is a group of people, again, that we have created a momentum now across the country. We have members everywhere, man. I'm very excited about this journey that we started a couple of years ago called the Family Cash Machine. And it's a team of individuals that are all on a quest to understand money and to be the first ones in their families to create generational wealth. That's what the Family Cash Machine is about. We share information with one another. This is a journey that we started to pretty much educate people about money and wealth. And we found the cryptocurrency industry, Bitcoins and Ethereum coins and blockchain technology to be most fitting for the assignment at hand, which is to be the first in our families to create generational wealth. And we know we can do it in this industry, but also this industry, in order to understand cryptocurrencies, you have to understand money. Anybody watching this video or watches this video later, I'm going to give you guys a few reference videos to watch to get a better understanding on what cryptocurrency is. And whoever that is that's live, what's going on? You guys are with me? We're going to talk a little bit about the challenges of cryptocurrency right now in 2018. And there is a lot of challenges in the cryptocurrency space. I'm driving today, got a long drive, about an hour drive or so I decided to do a video, and I want to reach out to people and be more present in the social media realm with this message. This is a very, very important time that we live in, and it's a very unique time to live in. I mean, it's a lot of bad things going on around the world economically, and people are lost, don't know where to turn. Jobs are depleting, going to other countries, and you know, it makes sense because America's taxing people so much to where it forces companies to move their companies out of the country where they can find cheaper labor. And probably one of the biggest costs in any product production is labor. So this is what's going on. So I want you guys to just hold your seat still for a minute. I want to talk about the challenges in the cryptocurrency industry right now and what's going on with cryptocurrencies. As you guys can see right now, Bitcoin is down to about 8,000. I started in Bitcoins about 2 years ago. I didn't really understand the fullness of the technology. I just pretty much saw something different that I had never seen before. As a person who traded Japanese yen and Swiss francs and Deutschmarks, I was kind of like, what? Cryptocurrency, what is this? And so it led me to kind of research that. And the more I researched it, the more I was able to realize, oh my God, you could make a lot of money in this industry, because this is kind of like the third phase of the internet, pretty much. This is Internet 3.0, and it's getting ready to disrupt money. So again, I'm seeing a lot of challenges with cryptocurrency right now, but I'm in this for the long haul, because I understand that usually when a new technology comes out, the masses of the people are not ready for it, and they're pretty unprepared to adjust, as they, you know, human beings are kind of creatures of habit, and so we get accustomed to doing the same thing repetitiously. So when something new comes, it has its challenges to become somewhat accepted mainstream. Okay, so what I wanted to say is there's a lot of challenges in the cryptocurrency world right now, and we're going to talk about them. But I also want to talk about this. Have you guys noticed how much money is restricted in America? Have you guys noticed that whenever it deals with transactions, you need your ID, you need your social, and money is so monitored to a point where this is snucking up on us through degrees. They did this over the years, degree by degree by degree by degree by degree, to where now you have the most restrictive financial system in America than probably anywhere in the world. And money is being somewhat, I would say, regulated to a point that it kind of slows down the momentum of money, which is not a good thing in a recession. You need money to move fast, because as money is being slowed down from moving, it's affecting businesses and it's affecting people. Okay, so I was noticing that Bank of America just recently changed their regulations, and Bank of America is telling people, well, we are trying to comply to the American money laundering laws and the anti-terrorist laws and stuff like that. So I'm noticing this is being repeated more and more and more and more by banks. But at the end of the day, money is not being produced, or there's not, money is not being made like it was in the 80s. Let's just keep it real. You know, money is not being made like it was in the 80s, and the drug trade is not as prevalent as it was in the 80s. Most of your drugs now are over-the-counter drugs like Vicodin, Oxycontin. You know, these kids are using prescription drugs. And so it's not like drugs coming over the border like they were, you know, and marijuana is pretty much legal in most states now. So where's all this money laundering that they're talking about? Where's the money laundering? So it's interesting to me that they're using this as a vehicle to further regulate and restrict you when it comes to money. People are not noticing it because they did it by degrees, little by little by little by little by little, until you're way out of control with restrictions. Now, Bank of America, like most banks, they trade your money. When a bank has your money, all you have to do is read the FDIC regulations. A bank is only responsible to hold on to 10% of its deposits. Wow. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation only requires a bank to hold on to 10% of its total deposits. So what that means is, if the bank has $100 million of the people in that community's money, out of that $100 million, they're only required to keep $10 million. So if Joe Brown goes in and wants his $1 million, they got it. If Susan Taylor goes in and wants her $100,000 all at once, they got it. But if everyone at that bank goes to say, hey, we want our money today, the bank doesn't have it. And they call that a run on the bank. Banks trade your money. Banks take your money and they trade it on Wall Street. They trade it on Forex. And they make a really decent return on your money. And they give you 0.1% on your money a year. Now, that's an insult. I think anybody on this call is intelligent enough to make more than 0.1% on their money a year. Okay? So they make 0.1% of your money a year. Then they turn around and say, how did we give Eric 0.1%? Oh my God, we just don't like that. The fact that we paid him anything. How do we get that back? Fees. We'll charge him fees. And they figured out how to even get that back. So why is it that banks are now telling you you cannot put a deposit in someone's account if it's cash? Why are they doing that? There's a lot of reasons, but I'm going to cover 2 reasons why they're doing that. The first reason they're doing that is they want you to open up an account with them. They want to coerce you to open up an account with them. So they'll tell you, oh, well, if you got an account with Bank of America, then you can just deposit money in someone else's account in Bank of America. But it's not making sense to me, because whenever I went to put a deposit in someone's account, whether I had an account with that bank or not, most banks ask you for ID, driver's license or something. So that's not making sense, because if it was a money laundering issue, you know who I am. Regardless to if I got an account there or not, you know who I am, because I am forced to deposit, or not deposit, but disclose my identification. So because I'm required to disclose my identification by your bank, it doesn't matter if I got an account there or not, you know who I am, right? Okay, so, but they're saying it's for anti-money laundering laws. Wrong. They want to force you to open up an account with them. So let's say the bank says, and I know Chase does this too, they say, hey, well, we want you not to put cash, but you can put a money order in this account. Okay, let's say I go get a money order. They'll accept that money order. But guess what? That allows them now to hold that money even longer, because they're going to say to the person who's receiving it, oh, well, it wasn't cash, so it takes a couple of days. So they're monopolizing that. They're really using everything they can to hold the money longer and to be able to make more money off of the money, because time is money. The more they can hold on to the money, the more money they can make. Now, don't think for a minute that bank executives of Chase and JP Morgan and Bank of America, don't think for a second that these guys don't play golf with these companies on Wall Street that's traded. These guys all play golf. What's happening in the company of information. They call that inside trading, but they do get information on as to the status of these companies. They hang out with the executives. So banks are making a lot of money on your money. Now, I remember there was a movement recently talking about take your money out of the white banks, and there was a group of African Americans that wanted to put their money in a black bank. It doesn't matter if it's a black bank or a white bank. They're all under the same system. So you're telling me it's better for me to be exploited by a black guy than a white guy? Exploitation is exploitation. It doesn't matter who's exploiting you. You're being exploited. So this is why I'm in the cryptocurrency business. This is why I'm learning this. I'm teaching this. I have been learning this. I'm pretty much an expert in this field as far as the main purpose of cryptocurrencies, which is to disrupt banks and to empower people and to put the power in the hands of people now, and the value can be created by people, and we can store our own value on the internet without using a bank, and we can distribute and transact that energy or that value to one another without any regulatory authorities. Wow, that's a game changer. So cryptocurrencies today is having a challenge because they see where this could actually redistribute wealth around the world and empower people and take the power from centralized banks or corporations. Now, recently, I just read this morning some very disturbing information, is that Google now is banning the promotion and advertising on their platform of cryptocurrencies, of trading cryptocurrencies, of ICOs, initial coin offers, and anything pertaining to cryptocurrency. Wow. And they're following suit with what Facebook did a couple of months ago. Now, I'm gonna share with you guys why they're doing that. They're scared. They're afraid that they're going to be disrupted by the third phase of the internet. They're afraid that they're going to be disrupted and their monopolies are going to be disrupted. Now, I'm going to share something with you guys why Google's doing that. Google is a centralized company, meaning it's one server, a main company server that controls all the data of these search engines. So when you go and search something at Google, usually Google wants you to identify yourself. You have to have a Google account, a Gmail account, and in order to use any of their advertising, you have to share your information. So what Google does is they sell your information. Data is the most valuable commodity in the world. Not gold, not diamonds, not pearls or silver, or even money for that fact. Data, information is the most powerful commodity in the world. This is how the United States of America stay on top. Because we have Secret Service, Homeland Security, we have all these agencies that accumulate data. And this is why we spend trillions and trillions of dollars on surveillance, so we can know what everybody's doing. Because information is the most valuable commodity in the world, okay? So Google is the biggest conglomerate, $900 billion, almost $1 trillion company, because they have manipulated data. Wow. They capture data and they sell data, even your data. And you don't get a dime from it. You don't get a penny from the data that Google sells to marketers, banks, financial institutions, advertisers. Okay? So with the decentralized system, what is the difference in decentralized? This is a term that a young lady told me a couple days ago. She's like, you know what, Eric, you need to start breaking down these terminologies to people, because a lot of people don't understand the terminology that you're saying. Okay, decentralized means a system that is not a centralized point of control. Like, for instance, Google is a server. If someone hacks that server, they literally have access to hundreds of millions of people's information. There's only one point of entry that's centralized. The problem with a system like that is, if Google decides, we're not going to let you do cryptocurrencies. See that? There's one source of authority that can authoritatively dictate what you can and cannot do. Wow. That's centralized. And on top of all that, that one authoritative, centralized source controls all the revenue. Wow. They control all the revenue, okay? Now, when you are doing things on Google and then Google finds you and say, oh man, this guy over here is a good roofer. We're gonna kind of start leading you guys over here to this guy. You're not really getting paid for Google doing that, because someone may have paid Google to do that, to find you. So, and sometimes it's free, but sometimes people actually pay for ads and stuff like that. But this is a centralized system, okay? This is a centralized system. Oh, okay, sorry about that. With a decentralized system, the people could create a network that doesn't have a center point. And this network that's created is interconnections between individuals, peer-to-peer, all over the world, in a network where there's no centralized server, and any revenue that's generated is shared amongst all those people. Wow. Total different scenario. So now you have a shared distribution of wealth. You have a shared distribution of authority. There is no central point that one person can control or mandate or regulate authority. That's where we're heading right now, in a decentralized system. So let's say there's a website up right now, and there is one called I forget the name of it. I'm so sorry. I'll put it at the bottom of this website. At the bottom of this, at the bottom of this link, I'll put the company. But this company here is a decentralized search engine, meaning, sorry, lost you guys. I want to go back over decentralized. What decentralized means is, if I was to set up a Google B&B, okay? Let's just say, that's just the name I'm coming up with for it. I create a Google B&B and it's decentralized. There's no centralized server, and I'm using a distributed ledger technology, okay? Which is what cryptocurrency is based on. A distributed ledger, meaning all these different connections from people can connect without a centralized point, and it's the connections themselves that create the network. All the network does is allow interconnections from so many different people. There's no centralized point to cut it off. And what happens with a system like that is, if there's any revenue generated, it's shared amongst everybody in that network. Wow. Does Google share its revenue with you? No. Okay? So that's a decentralized system, is that all the data is created by the people the income is shared by the people. There is no center point of authoritative, regulative center that controls the money and controls all the rules. That's decentralized. That's what decentralized means. There's no centralized point. So that's where we're heading right now. So Google is trying to stop it. They don't want their monopoly disrupted. But it's not going to work. They're going to be disrupted. Facebook is going to be disrupted. There's a company out right now named Stimit. It's a social media website in the cryptocurrency world, and most of your cryptocurrency companies and people who are in the cryptocurrency space, they post videos on Stimit. Stimit has its own cryptocurrency. It's called a stem coin, a Stimit coin. And they have their own coin, so you can actually own shares of the company where you're posting your content. Now, most of the people in the cryptocurrency space right now are posting videos on there, and they're getting a piece of the revenue that's generated on this website because it's decentralized. It's not a centralized server. So therefore, when I like your content, I'm actually sending you steam power, and steam power allows you to get more influence. So as you get more influence, you get paid more Stimit. So it's a shared revenue. Facebook is very afraid of that. That's why Facebook now has banned all advertising of cryptocurrencies, ICOs, because they know that a decentralized social media network, the people will share the wealth, and it won't be Mark Zuckerberg making all the money and making all the rules. And it won't be a situation where your information can actually be hacked, because this technology is encrypted. There's encryptions that protects you. And when you're on that decentralized Google that I talked about, you don't have to share your information. You don't have to divulge your name. You don't have to divulge your email and all that other stuff. Okay? If you don't want to. So this is a game changer around the world. This is why Nipsey Hussle and all these other individuals are talking about cryptocurrency, because it's not just about the currency. It's more about the idealism of decentralization, of redistributing wealth to the people. That's what this is really about. And this is why the Family Cash Machine is creating courses to teach people the right way. Because a lot of people come into this industry and say, oh, the money, we can make money. And you can make money. The money is an added bonus. Okay, you can make money in this space. But it's not about the money. It's more about the freedom. It's more about freedom. It's more about liberating yourself from financial restrictions. It's more about not allowing someone to regulate who you can send money to, where you can send money to, and how you can send money to. I remember about a couple months ago, I sent my sister some revenue, some money through MoneyGram. Okay, I sent my sister some money through MoneyGram. I think it was a couple $1,000s, and she really needed it. It was an emergency, and I was glad I had it. So I went to MoneyGram, did the transaction, gave her the transaction. She went back home. She went back to MoneyGram, and they told her, well, okay, have your brother call. So I called and said, yeah, that's my sister, give her the money, whatever. So she went back to MoneyGram, and they said, okay, she had all the information. They said, okay, well, we need him to call again. So I called back again, and then they said, you know what, we don't like this transaction. It looks like kind of fishy. Like, what? We don't want to honor this transaction. So I had to get my money back. We lost 2 days of time in this transaction. Now, with Bitcoin, I can send my sister $2,500 worth of Bitcoin right on my phone without the permission of anyone. With Ethereum, I can send $2,500 worth of Ethereum to my sister right on the phone without her even giving me her name, with just merely her giving me an encrypted address. Bam! And it's there in seconds. Okay? And the fees are pennies on a dollar. Pennies. Okay? And this is what it's about, you guys, it's about freedom. It's not about the money. The money is going to come. We're going to all make money in this industry because it is a technology that the world needs. It is technology. All industries are actually looking at using the technology. They just don't want you guys, okay? And a lot of companies don't want to be disrupted by it. So that's the challenges that cryptocurrency is having right now, is that it empowers the people. It empowers people, and so that is frightening to the establishments that want to control all the revenue. So that's what's going on right now, and there's more challenges to come. I call this an economic revolution. I'm a revolutionary in a sense, not in the physical sense of guns and all of that, but in the mental sense. I am on a mission to teach people how they can free themselves from banks and how they can free themselves. Let me tell you guys something. In 30 years, your grandchildren won't even probably have a bank account. Wow. In 30 years, your kids probably won't even have a bank account. And they'll probably laugh at you guys for having a bank account. Like, you guys actually did that? Like, wow. That's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. And so I want you guys to really start studying cryptocurrency. I said I was going to give you guys some videos to watch, and I am going to give you some videos. I want anybody to watch this video to watch this movie called Banking on Bitcoins, so you can really understand what this is about. This is about the disruption of money, okay? And it's also about the disruption of corporate manipulation. And any one of you guys that can understand this and start learning it, don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid, because fear restricts you from moving forward. There's a lot of people that watch my videos and go, what is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. I don't really have information on that, so I'm going to leave that alone. No. If you don't know, you need to know. You need to learn this stuff, because I'm positioning myself and my team is positioning themselves to capture wealth, to capture a lot of money. There's a lot of money coming to us all, okay? There's a lot of money because we are positioning ourselves in a major disruption that's happening all over the world with this technology. Now, I want to say this. They're scared. They're frightened. They don't know what to do. Not just Google and Facebook. Banks. And even the SEC now is making comments about cryptocurrency, okay? The commodities exchanges, they're making bad comments about cryptocurrency. How can they stop it? Okay, how can they regulate it? And this is the thing, is they really can't regulate it if it's decentralized. There's no center point to stop it. There's no CEO if it's 100 million people all over the world connected. There's no center point to stop it. It's like a spider web. What does it start? What does it stop? What does it start? So this is the problem they're having with this technology. They don't know how they're going to stop it. They can't stop it. It's unstoppable, because even though it is hundreds of millions of people connected into a network with no centralized point, it's also encrypted. It's encrypted. So they can't penetrate it. So that's why they're afraid. They're afraid of the masses sharing the wealth. I want the masses to share the wealth, because as I said in one of my videos, there's only 2,000 billionaires in the world. That's it. Out of 7 billion people. That's not even 10%. That's not even 1%. In fact, that's like 2/10,000th of 1%. So this is where we're headed now, is we're in a position to where people have an ability through technology to disrupt major corporations and to position themselves to redistribute the wealth back to themselves. And that's frightening to those that want to control us and control the world. So I'm excited. Oh my God, I'm excited. Guy from Compton in this industry right here to disrupt money. I love it. It's exciting to me, because I'm not supposed to be in this industry. You guys were not supposed to be knowing this. You guys are not supposed to be watching me, listening to this kind of information. So for this to be happening, it's a very unique time to be living. It's a very great day to be living. And my reception might go out because I'm going down a hill. But I want you guys to watch Banking on Bitcoins. And I want you guys to Google the Satoshi Nakamoto white papers. And read those papers. And you will be like, wow. And then I want you guys to also watch a guy named Mike Mahoney. Watch his video. He's got video 1, the hidden secrets of money. Watch that. And it'll make you understand what money is. It'll make you understand in the simplest terms about money. Also, I want you guys to watch Mike Mahoney's video number 4, which is about the Federal Reserve. Now, you'll watch that and you will be shocked at what the Federal Reserve is and how it works and how central banks work. You will be amazed at what they didn't teach you in school about money. Now, why is it that I want you to learn about money? Why? Why do I want you to learn about money? I want you to learn about money because it's a strategy. What you know and the things that you learn help position yourself to capitalize. What investors do is they accumulate knowledge on a specific subject. And whatever commodity or product or company that they're trading, they want to know everything about it. And the more they know, the more they win. Because with that information, they utilize that to capitalize. So I'm telling you guys that money and major corporations through this technology called cryptocurrency and blockchain technology and decentralization, look those words up, Google those words, decentralization, blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, look those words up on Facebook, on Google or on YouTube, and you'll get a more clear understanding of what I'm talking about and where we're going. Now, right now, any one of you guys that get in this industry, you way ahead of the game. You really are way ahead of the game. You are so far ahead of the game from the masses of the people. There's no way you can lose. There's no way you can lose. And it's not just winning, but financially, but you're going to be able to maneuver your family through these very hard times that are coming. Because one thing nobody's talking about is the fall of the dollar. The dollar is falling. The whole American power structure is decaying. And there's countries around the world right now that are creating bilateral agreements that's going to dethrone the dollar in its essence. And it's happening right in your eyes, but they're keeping us all, pretty much distracted on Love and Hip Hop and Black Ink and all this other stuff. And we're focusing on that, but we're not really focusing on the money and what's happening in this country with the money. Why are they putting more restrictions on us when it comes to money, when money is so tight and hard to come by? Why are they making money harder to transact? Wow. This is a question you got to ask, because money is the thing you need every day to survive. Money is the thing you need every day to transact, to make moves, to purchase things and to, pay bills or whatever. So this is an economic revolution going on right now. And it's a power struggle going on right now. And I want to see the people win. It's time for the people to understand they control value and they control the flow of money. And these people who are regulating you guys and restricting you guys, they work for you. We forgot the structure of this country. Democracy. They work for you. But it's changing. Now, they're regulating you and telling you what you can do and can't do. That's crazy. So, we got to free money up. But at the same time, there's a lot of challenges right now for the cryptocurrency industry because the people don't know. So, the biggest weapon that we have right now is educating people, teaching them about what this is, how it works, showing them how to make money in this industry, and also showing them the main fundamental core which is decentralization, the main fundamental core, which is to disrupt centralized industries, so the people now could share in the wealth. So that's what's going on. You know, that's why Google made that move. I get it. I know they're scared. They're afraid. They're afraid of what's going down, what's going to happen. And they want to maintain their power structure, and they don't want to share any wealth with you. So that's kind of what's going on. And so it's a shame, man. This is bad right now that people are so blind to what's happening. They're really blind to what's happening in the world. And we're gonna wake them up. We're gonna continue to talk about this money thing. And you guys will continue to see the Family Cash Machine, which is my team, elevate themselves by understanding money and capitalizing on a new technology that is so powerful. It's got Google shaking in its boots. It's got Facebook, which is the largest media. It's the largest media content in the world. And it's interesting because Facebook doesn't create any content. They capitalize off of your content. So it's like they are the biggest commercialized content platform, and with over 1.6 billion people, which is about almost a third of the entire Earth's population, is on one website. Wow, amazing. And what's so interesting about Google is there used to be a time when the FBI and the Homeland Security and, you know, all these other agencies, they would follow you and surveil you, and they would spend millions of dollars to characterize a person, to find out what kind of person is this, you know. And now we volunteer that information. We volunteer that information on Facebook. We tell them what kind of movies we like. We tell them what kind of music we listen to. We post, you know, what books we've read. With all of that information, they could sum up a characterization of you through psychologists and different sociologists. They'll have a look at that, and they got a pretty good presumption of your character. And you volunteered that. Wow. 30 years, your grandchildren probably won't even have a bank account because everything is becoming digital. Everything is becoming digital. And they're going to be moving money around on their phones. And they're going to be, I'm not going to say money, but they're going to be moving value. What is money? An exchange of value. Okay, you use money or currencies to exchange for services or goods. You're exchanging value. So why do we have to exchange currency? We can exchange whatever it is we want to exchange for value. And that's what cryptocurrency is. It's creating its own value. And yesterday, I actually read an article of some guy who has an $81 billion investment firm. And he made the comment that cryptocurrencies, he said Bitcoin, has no intrinsic value. Its base value is zero. Now, this guy got $81 billion. So you guys might say, well, he knows more than you because he got $81 billion. No. He made his $81 billion with commodities, stocks, bonds, okay, in a system that's manipulated, okay? They don't want cryptocurrency because the people will find ways to create wealth amongst masses of people. They want to keep the wealth in a small group of people. Now, let's look at that statement for a minute. Let's visit that, what he said. He said, Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. Well, intrinsic value means the undergirding principle or functionality. I want to define intrinsic value. The article yesterday said that Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. That is so far from the truth, it's not even funny. Intrinsic value means undergirding principle. It has no undergirding functionality. That's not true. Because right now, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, all of these companies, maybe even Google, are using the blockchain technology and distributed ledgers, wow, which is the undergirding technology of Bitcoins. They're using the technology now to further enhance their ability to transact. So it does have value. It definitely that has value, because the technology that created cryptocurrencies is being used now by most of your banks, and they're using it to transact money to one another through a company called Ripple. Okay, so that's not true. And also, we have Walt Disney just spent $1 billion on creating their own blockchain, or somewhat ledger, to be able to more effectively and cheaper trademarks their products and copyrights and intellectual properties and stuff like that. They're going to be able to put on this ledger, this distributed ledger, which is the technology that's based on, that Bitcoin, is based on. What they're trying to do is separate Bitcoin from the technology of Bitcoin, and you can't do that. They're trying to say, well, Bitcoin is not this, but blockchain is this. No, Bitcoin and blockchain is the same thing. It's just Bitcoin is used as a currency, but the technology itself is a decentralized blockchain, worldwide distributed ledger. So that's what it is, and they're trying to separate the two, and it does have value. It has intrinsic value. It has more value than the dollar. What's the value of the dollar? Where are you getting your value from on the dollar? Like, it's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. It's just paper. So where is it intrinsic value? How about that? So, don't fall for the hype. Just start studying this stuff for yourself. Come to the Family Cash Machine. We do webinars every day. I want you guys to click that link underneath. Subscribe to this channel. We're going to continue to teach you guys. There's a lot of information I'm going to bring to you guys for free that could empower you. You have nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose, by clicking that subscribe link and staying in tune to the information at the Family Cash Machine. But what I was saying, it's a war going on, you guys. It is definitely a war. And the move I just saw, I'm in a little traffic here, and I'm in the mountains and hills, but it's a war going on, you guys. And the move that I just saw Google do is a defensive move. They're trying to block, as well as Facebook. So whenever there's a technology that I'm telling you has the power to put money in your pocket, and Google is defending, trying to block and make defensive moves against it, you need to check it out. You need to check that technology out. Whenever there's a technology that has the power to make Facebook nervous, you need to check that out. And especially if I'm telling you that this technology could put money in your pockets, a lot of money in your pockets. So that's where we're at today, you guys. The battle is begun. It's the war of the worlds. Technology has now evolved to a level that it could actually free people from economic, oppression. Yes, it can. It can bring you all the way up. Like they say, all the way up. This technology can bring you all the way up. And I share this with you guys all the time. I'm going to say this one more time. There's a guy on my team that took $150, and with the stuff that he's learning on the Family Cash Machine, invested in a particular company. I'm not going to tell you the name of it. And within 34 days, he had 12,000. Yes, US, 12,000. So anybody could do that. I mean, I'm not saying anybody could do that without any knowledge. You can, but I'm saying we all have had $150. That's what my point is, what I'm making. We all have had $150. And I was talking to myself today. I do that sometimes. And I said, knowledge, I said money without knowledge and information, it's kind of like energy without direction. Now, without a structured direction, that is. So money is energy. Guys got to remember, money is just pure energy. So in physics, when energy has no structured direction, they call that chaos. They call that chaos. And that's what you see a lot of people. They get money, and they out there, they buy cars, they buy jewelry, they run around, but they don't have any information and knowledge on how to continue to perpetuate wealth. And that's what we're teaching on the Family Cash Machine. We're not just teaching cryptocurrency and money. We're teaching wealth, skills. We teach people how to create multiple passive streams of income. And we also teach people how to protect that. in trust funds, corporations, and stuff like that. So that's what we're about with the Family Cash Machine. This is about wealth, baby. This is a different day. We're not just going to have a bunch of millionaires running around and they broke in 5 years. No, that's not what we're about. We're about creating generational wealth for our grandchildren. And if you understand knowledge and you get the knowledge, the right kind of information, the right kind of knowledge, you can do it. So with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a live video every day and teach what's and how you guys can capitalize off of it. And I'm starting to say this more often. You know, when the real estate market crashed, it took me down pretty bad because I had about 30 properties at one time. So I went down pretty hard. I made a lot of money, though, with real estate. I'm not having any regrets because I actually made millions in the real estate boom. And after about 2 or 3 years of this crash, I started to make excuses. Well, you know what? I don't feel so bad because a lot of people I know that had money don't have money now. Well, I don't feel so bad because the United States government even had to bail out several companies. Well, I don't feel so bad because banks have fell under. Where's WAMO? Washington Mutual's gone now. Well, I don't feel so bad because insurance companies, have went under. Now, when insurance companies go under, you know something's wrong. So I started to make excuses. And then one day, it hit me. And I said, you know what? I don't care how bad the economy is. Somebody making some money, and I need to be one of them. And that's when I found cryptocurrencies. Now, you need to say the same thing. Money's tightened up for you. Things are not looking too good. You're struggling. You're doing 2 jobs. Your wife's working 2 jobs. You're doing all this stuff to try to survive. Things are getting tighter. Somebody making some money somewhere, and you need to be one of them. And I'm going to start saying that to you guys more and more and more because it is so true. There's always someone positioning themselves to make money. Guess what? Today, somebody going to make $1 billion. Today. You got to start saying, I got to be one of these persons. I got to position myself to make $100,000 in a month. It's here. It's in this industry, cryptocurrency industry. There are people making hundreds of thousands every day. I don't care what Bitcoin numbers are doing. It's, Bitcoin's in a bubble. It's crashing. There are people that's making money right now mining Bitcoins. There are people right now making money staking Ethereums or Stemit or staking something or creating companies of money. Just a company last month make $20 million. Creoles, I think Creoles probably they had was a concept. We want to do a decentralized. I can't do that. And they put together some coins and ICO, 30 million. 30 million. 16th of April. They're going to do 30 more days. They're going to make some more money. And then they're going to shut it down. So they can make another $5 million, $10 million. So again, somebody making some money. I don't care how bad the economy gets. There is always someone making money. And you guys need to position yourself to say, I need to be one of them. So with that, you guys, again, cryptocurrency is looking at some challenges. They're putting up all the blocks and stops they can. They can't stop this because you can't stop information. It's digital. You can't stop this because it's decentralized. It's the people all over the world connecting through this technology that's creating the value. And you can't cut off all the internets in the world because we all need internet. You can't cut off all the electricity in the world because there is electricity generated through windmills, through ocean windmills, through sun, solar. You can't stop this. And so the minute you guys understand that and position yourselves, the better off you're going to be and the more financially sound you're going to be when you actually start to position yourselves. So again, you guys, like this video. If you watch this video, I want you to click like. I want you guys to subscribe to this channel so we can start getting the word out to more people and helping more people, not just to make money, but to understand the systematic structure that keeps so much of us from advancing financially. So with that, you guys, this is Eric Vaughn, the Family Cash Machine. You guys have a great day. Peace.